Hello and welcome to No Tidehunter versus Fnatic. That's right, it's gonna be a StarLadder match for Season 5, Day 6, Game 3 of today. And we will see one game between these two teams. It's gonna be No Tidehunter on the Dire side, Fnatic on the Radiant side. And before we start, I can't really show you that much about it because No Tidehunter has actually not played any matches yet for StarLadder so far. But Fnatic has. Fnatic has played 3 matches, lost one, won 2. So they are on 6 points right now. We're gonna see if they can make it to 9. To be on par on points with Virtus Pro, or if they are gonna be having still 6, I'm gonna give No Tidehunter their first 3 points of the rankings for StarLadder Star Series so far. If you want to check out those rankings by yourself, by the way, which I might imagine that you want to do, you go to starladder.tv and you'll find yourself all the points if you click on the league button in the Dota 2 section. So let's see what these two teams have got in store for us so far. Nothing really all too exciting picked up. We're gonna see No Tidehunter, Admiral Bulldog, Lone Druid, and a Lifestealer there picked up as well for Loda most likely. With Fnatic picking up a Keeper of the Light. We still have a Wisp in the pool. Surprisingly, Fnatic not picking that one up considering they had first pick. But it's a Darkseer, Bat Rider, Magnus, and Nyx Assassin getting banned out so far, with the Wisp indeed then being picked up by Fnatic. Are they going to pick up that Chaos Knight? Yes, they are. So that is the go-to lineup for Fnatic, and it's looking like we're going to see 2 dual lanes with the Keeper of Light and some kind of semi-carry kind of like hero, and then Chaos Knight, Wisp, of course. No Tail and Era going into that mid lane, as we've seen them do zillions of times before. Wow, all of a sudden, nothing to say at the moment, because I just wanted to still point out that for people that are unaware, which you might be, Toby is casting the same match as I am, so I know that I might be throwing down my own windows, or that's a Dutch saying, so shooting in my own foot with that, but you know, I just wanted to point it out so that you don't have any reason to complain. So let's see, No Tidehunter, they pick up the Beastmaster. I've got themselves now all 3 lanes sorted. They've got themselves mid lane, off lane, safe lane, and like everything they can swap around. So they can of course send either Lifestealer or Lone Druid still in the jungle if they really wanted to, but in theory all 3 lanes are sorted. Better yet, we've seen Lifestealer being in solo lane before, we've seen Lone Druid being solo lane, we've seen Beastmaster being solo laning. So in theory they don't need anything else. So it's going to be pretty tough for Fnatic to ban out heroes against that, as they do ban out the Chen. So it's going to be jungle heroes for them to ban out. No Tidehunter, they're banning out solo laners by or for them, it's the Brewmaster that's first. Well, I would say solo lane, but I guess Brewmaster together with the Keeper of Light is pretty okay-ish as well. It was not a hero that I was expecting to see banned out. With Fnatic now banning out the Enchantress, we might also see an Enigma, of course, in that line if they want to continue with the same streak as they have been. Of course, they could also be banning out some supports, as there is no support yet in No Tidehunter, so there's still the Shadow Demon and the Bane, you know, you name it. Rubik, still there. Rubik actually pretty nice against the Chaos Knight if you can steal that Chaos Bolt. It's so annoying to get hit by that 4-second stun if you're on the same team as a Chaos Knight. Let's see, No Tidehunter. What are they gonna ban out? I mean, I would expect something maybe like a Phantom Lancer being banned out of or something like that. If you're gonna have a dual lane with a Keeper of Light, Phantom Lancer is one of the first ones that I think, you know what? Let's not play against that one, because that's gonna get annoying. And of course, I mean, Chaos Knight Wisp is a lineup, a combination that is very dominant mid game, and then if you then have a Keeper of Light Phantom Lancer for late game, that will be a good solid strat in my opinion. You have something for each stage of the game, and if it goes too late, then you can do something against a farmed up Lone Druid or Lifestealer. But they ban up the Tinker, so No Tidehunter banning out another solo laner. And Fnatic not wasting any more time. It's gonna be indeed a Shadow Demon getting banned out, so that's the support out of the way. Enigma, of course, still in the pool if they really wanted to. And I mean, of course, I mean, I'm talking right now about Fnatic dual laning with the Wisp Chaos Knight mid. But in theory, we could also see them having a tri-lane with the heroes they have right now. And then having 2 solo lanes for themselves still, which makes No Tidehunter's ban maybe a bit more understandable. No Tidehunter making use of their bonus time soon if they're gonna be using that. No, they're not. It's gonna be another mid laner. We have actually seen Fnatic playing that Storm Spirit lately. It was on last Sunday. I have to. This is the second time we see a team banning out the Storm Spirit against them. And the previous time was yesterday against Na'Vi. They were playing then, and Na'Vi indeed banned out the Storm Spirit as well. But it is the Storm Spirit that we saw them play last Sunday, and it didn't work out for them, like, not at all. But they pick up the Phantom Lancer, so I have to say, told you so. There we have it. Let's see what No Tidehunter is gonna do with that, do about that. I mean, they have to have a support still. They could still pick up the Enigma if they still want to have that jungle hero that's solid, if they don't want to send Lone Druid or Lifestealer into the jungle, which still, it's not ideal, definitely not ideal, but it's an option. It's an option.
Reserve time.
But they are taking their time. I mean, if you already know you're going to be up against two strong lanes, I mean, you Wisp, Chaos Knight, Phantom Lancer, Keeper of Light, they don't get that much stronger than that. So No Tidehunter is probably going to be putting the Beastmaster on the mid lane, most likely. You can stay alive against Wisp, Chaos Knight combination. And then having the Lone Druid on the off lane. Of course, a hero that should be, in theory, tanky enough to deal with that Phantom Lancer, Keeper of Light combination. And of course, Admiral Bulldog can be pulling the creep wave away from the lane and then pulling it towards his own tower so he can take it there. And that will leave support, so a Lifestealer together with a Leshrac support. We have seen them more often as well. We have seen them with the Open Wounds followed up by the Split Earth. They could go for Tri-Lane still, but now with the Nature's Prophet being picked up, I mean, Nature's Prophet is, in theory, going to be going on to the safe lane solo. Hard lane solo top for Fnatic. But we're probably going to see him starting out in the jungle because I don't think he can do that much against the Lifestealer Leshrac lane at the start, and I think he's well aware of that as well. Trixie, Nature's Prophet, of course.
10 seconds
but let's
remaining.
see. No Tidehunter. Last verdict. I mean, there's still a Bane if they really wanted to. I'm kind of wondering, I mean, you want to have something maybe with a solid stunt so that you can follow it up with a Leshrac stun or something like that, and then have a Lifestealer jumping out there as well. Oh, by the way, one thing that I am looking forward to seeing in this lineup for No Tidehunter, something that we saw, I think during a Gilsa Cup Asia at some point. It was the Beastmaster's Hawk being controlled by the Lifestealer, and Lifestealer actually continuously jumping into the Hawk and just using that as a taxi, personal taxi, at the call for the Beastmaster. It was really enjoyable to watch, so I'm hoping to see them doing that kind of shenanigans again. But then again, they have a lot of options with that. They can also have the bear helping out. Well, actually, no. Would the bear actually die? I'm actually not sure. But still, it's fun. The Hawk is fun. It's going to be Gyrocopter. We've seen now, of course, No Tidehunter playing Gyrocopter as support as well. As that is going to be the hero they want to pick up. Let's jump ourselves into the game. We are waiting for No Tidehunter to pick up their heroes before we can actually go in the game and not see this overlay anymore. I want to see the whole map. Here we go.
10
no,
seconds
it's just Aki picking up his
remaining.
hero that's causing some lag delay. Damn it.
5 seconds remaining.
Come on, there we go. So let's see who is playing what. It's Aki going to be playing the Gyrocopter as a support indeed. Admiral Bulldog, no surprise. Lone Druid, his go-to hero. Eternal Envy on the Leshrac. S4 playing the Beastmaster. And it's going to be Loda on the Lifestealer. So no surprises for No Tidehunter on who is playing who. Apart from maybe Aki and Envy being able to swap around roles on those two heroes. But S4, Admiral Bulldog and Loda all pretty easily... a guest, I would say. We take a look at Fnatic also. Signature heroes for them. It's going to be No Tail on his Wisp, Era on his Chaos Knight. Fly is going to be playing the Keeper of the Light. It's going to be Trixie on his Nature's Prophet. Again, a signature hero for them. And it will be Hani playing the Phantom Lancer for his team. So two strong dual lanes as we see. No Tidehunter. Well, they're chasing down the Treant, so it's not like they are being cautious about their path inside their enemy's jungle. But the choice is up Fnatic. Do they want to go in on this is the question. Maybe finding someone on the back end. I mean, they could start off with a stun. They have a lance. It is quite a lot of damage going through at level 1 for Fnatic, but they decide to not go there. Yet, at least. As we're going to see an aggressive tri-lane for No Tidehunter. So it's going to be a safe laning, a Lone Druid, and still, of course, the mid Beastmaster. So aggressive tri-lane. Oh, clearing out some trees here with the Tether Stun. The ward being up there, of course, making sure No Tidehunter knows exactly who they're going to be up against, or at least what they're going to be up against. Even though we can't really assume Era is going to go towards that middle lane and Fly will be joining them. Nice center ward, cleaning out the ward that was standing around there. We might have a new ward placed quickly if they want to. I mean, they know about where the ward was placed, so they can counter ward that if they really wanted to. Or at least, yeah, they can counter ward. They've got the center ward. There we go. Center ward, they get that one. They don't get this one though. I don't think they do. Honey. is going to be supported, of course, by the Keeper of Light. Indeed, the lanes are complete. We have No Tail together with Era. This is, of course, I mean, we've seen this lineup before. We know that what this can do, and we know the combination that S4 has to deal with. And I'm assuming he knows what he has to deal with as well, so he's going to be safe. So I'm not going to be spending that much time looking at this lane unless I really see something is happening. But this lane is the lane that we want to watch most of all, because No Tidehunter have got their aggressive tri-lane up, and that is going to make sure that No Tidehunter has to get kills, has to get something out of this jungle, because, or out of this lane. Otherwise, I mean, you're kind of expecting this lane. Oh, wait a second, S4, there we go. Reality Rift in, the Feather Stun's guaranteed to hit. And just exchanging blows, there's only 2 tangos left upon the Beastmaster, but he has got his bottle being brought towards him in the career right now, so he will have that. In the same time, Era, he still has a self, he still has the tangos, he's gonna be just fine. By the way, Trixie, first Admiral Bulldog should be a fairly decent lineup as well. We're gonna assume, oh wait, and V, what you doing there, buddy? He's gonna be chased down by Era as well as by No Tail. There comes the stun, 1 second, Rocker Barrage to meet them on Handy on the sidelines, but it's no Tidehunter. Eternal Envy that loses their first life. It's gonna be Eternal Envy that drops to Era, so first blood going the way to the single solo lane of Fnatic. Rocker Barrage. Their last hits on Aki though, he can't go in, he can't get that kill. His team not being around there to help out either. Leshrac, of course, already being down, and Loda, he doesn't want to miss any farm. And that was Eternal Envy trying to ward there. Making sure that that's blocking and stacking is not going to go his way. In the meantime, S4 back to full HP. He's got 6 for 1 last hits, considering he's been left alone for a while just now when Era was doing that excursion. He is not as high as I thought it would be. It is still higher than Era, though, who's 5 for 3 right now, but he is going to be just fine because, I mean, he is going to be having creep waves pushing into him while there is going to be creep waves denied on the creep stack there. Let's fly from the high ground, counter-warding that ward. There we go. So that No Tail can just continue doing what he wants to do. In the meantime, it's going to be Loda free farming here. 14 for 9 for now as Eternal Envy and Aki. I mean, this is something that you have to be wary about. Oh, wait a second. That cannot be entangles yet. Trixie has to be... Oh, he might actually be able to kill off the bear. One more hit needed. Can't get it though, but bear might actually be resummoned. There we go. He does it. But yeah. This tri-lane, it's nice that Loda has free farm, I mean, don't get me wrong. But the thing that you have to be wary about is that your supports, S4, that is a 2-second stun. This could be turning into kill. Illuminate to help out as well as another Tether stun comes in. And it's Era picking up his 2nd kill of the game. Fnatic, I mean, we've seen them doing this lineup zillions of times before, and it works out a lot of the times. And this is not looking to be any different for now. But then again, back to what I was saying. Oh, wait. Nah, he's gonna be fine. Envy is just gonna try to help out maybe a bit. But the thing is, your supports are gonna be not having any extra experience. Normally, if you have a tri-lane, you get your experience from your supports a bit from the creeps in the jungle and stuff like that. But if you're on an aggressive tri-lane, the lane is all the experience you're gonna get. And if you're gonna have to share that with your supports, that's bad. So they don't want to really share that. So that's why we see both Envy and Aki still you know, sticking a bit in the back. But that does mean that they're going to be way lower level than the supports of Fnatic. We do have No Tail almost level 3. We do have Trixie getting harassed by Eternal Bulldog there. Entangle is going to be there. So 1 Entangle could be the end of Trixie right there. But yeah. Oh, this is actually... I wasn't even seeing this one. Hani. Considering he was, you know, in theory being on the dual lane that we know is very strong, he is level 1. Now level 2. Woohoo! But he is not getting anything. This is actually okay. I take back what I said. So far, aggressive tri lane working out. Hani not getting any farm, not getting any levels. Well, par 1. S4 though, is he gonna go down again? Trixie actually coming in, but a bit too cautious TP. And the bottle will heal S4 back up to full, and there is gonna be 4 heroes in this middle lane. The only one not here is Hani, and that's gonna mean S4 is gonna be backing off. There will be a tower going down, most likely. Era though, he's looking for blood, he's looking for that reality rift in, and he can do so. No boots up on S4. Era has boots and is already a very fast hero. That's a stun, that's a kill. Killing spree for Era. He's got all 3 kills of his team so far. Can they go for more? Here comes Aki. Eternal Envy coming in as well. Home missile is going to hit up on Fly. And Era still on the run. The tower will only attack creeps, so he's not going to be helping out. And that's not going to be anything happening for No Tidehunter for the moment. But I have to say, No Tidehunter has got this lineup that needs patience. They don't have already those strong lanes apart from the bottom lane where they actually were able to shut down Honey slightly. And they might actually be getting a killer as well. Doppelbach helping out. Can they still see him? They know where the home missile is going to, but it is the Leshrac that has the sentry wards, and Leshrac is not here right now. So he is gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be him TPing out. So no sentry wards there, so no kill going the way of no Tire Hunter. But yeah, that's, I mean, as soon as the roar is there for S4, we might see them being able to do a lot more. S4 is actually gonna be in the jungle right now, because he can't get anything done mid anyway. He already died twice now. And at the same time, Lone Druid is still happily farming. He is still 33 for 5. And if we actually look at the last hits and the knives, I mean, yeah, the kills go the way of Fnatic, but the last hits, all three lanes is going away of no Tide Hunter, but bar maybe now the first one, as Era is getting a bit more last hits, and of course S4 just getting some last hits in the jungle, which actually means a bit less than last hits on the lane. So yeah, that's a difference right there, but it's still gonna be no Tide Hunter having two lanes working out okay-ish for them. Because I'm gonna just switch to net worth, because with these skills it's not gonna be the last hits that matter anymore. It's gonna be the net worth, and of course the levels as well, as we have level 7 up on Admiral Bulldog. I mean, he is doing just fine for himself, and he is gonna be really scary to deal with later on, as well, no Tide Hunter, yes, they have the highest level in the game, but they also have the lowest level, level 2 up on the Gyrocopter, with also of course level 2 upon the Keeper of the Light, who is actually slightly lower, I have to say. Fly. Oh, a Fly is gonna die. Oh my god, that rhymes! Split Earth, Homer Missile, or sorry, Rocket Barrage, and Homer Missile actually, and Edict. That's a pretty clear kill on the level 2 Keeper of the Light. Envy's gonna pull the quick wave back, but the Infest from Loda will clean it out. Ooh, Envy, trouble, pops a salve. Gonna be fine. In the meantime though, they do give up a tier 1 for that. The tier 1 middle goes down with S4 getting forced back again. Still no roar. Still another Reality Rift in 2 seconds on. TPs are gonna come in too late. S4 already down, but the TPs, maybe they can get something in return. Era, he is of course super fast right now. Open Wounds is not gonna be there. No mana yet for Loda. Might be able to still get it. Needs 1 point extra mana. Yeah, there it is. Tether was just a second too late. Is he gonna get an entangle? Yes, a first hit entangle, and that's gonna be a kill going towards Admiral Bulldog. Now no tail. Is he gonna be able to get away from this one? 1 entangle needed, as the entangle was off cooldown again for the bear. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. Orb of Venom actually doing quite nice as well. There's the entangle finally, and that's gonna be a kill. And that's gonna be a double kill going the way of Admiral Bulldog. His first excursion out of the top lane gets himself a double kill, puts him on top of the food chain of the net worth. And it's gonna be good times for him. Maybe having his well, normally he goes for a Hand of Midas on this bear. I'm quite curious to see if he's still gonna go for that, even though it's already 8 minutes in. And not that late, but still, it's for Admiral Bulldog's doing, it's not too fast either. Tower gets taken down, so that's at least Towers being even once more. And Fnatic, you know, their go-to lineup is aggression with Era and Wisp, and they just died for the first time, and they're gonna have to need some time to recuperate again, and to have of course that Wisp at level 6 as well, because he's not level 6 just yet. And until that happens, they are still stuck in the place where they are right now, the middle lane. In the meantime, no Tide Hunter feels like, you know what, we know what they want to do. We know that Wisp is not level 6 just yet, but when he does, we're gonna make sure that nobody is gonna be by himself. It's all or nothing. It's gonna be all 5, all bottom. Tier 1 tower is gonna drop. In the meantime though, the tier 1 tower top is gonna go down as well, because Honey is finally getting something done there. This time together with Trixie, and is gonna be helped out as well by Era, just in case someone comes into TP. But no Tide Hunter, they know exactly what they want to do, and they want to push on, and they want to take down towers just like Fnatic is doing. So gold graph is gonna be fairly even with these towers going back and forth. Experience graph also fairly even. Kills are almost even as well. And it looks like we're gonna just see them continuing on here on the bottom lane. We do have one person missing from no Tide Hunter. Can I just not count? No, there he is. It's gonna be Aki, who's gonna be roaming around. He actually, I was gonna say, there are a lot of wards up for no Tide Hunter. Sorry, for I was gonna say for Fnatic, which is needed because they have got that ganking lineup, so they need vision so that they know when to gank and where to gank, etc. But not that many wards up for no Tide Hunter. They have got now 2. They've got all on the bottom lane and in the Radiant jungle. But for now, we're gonna see them be very careful. Supports are never gonna be alone anymore, or at least in theory should not be. And the ones that are alone feel like they can be, feel like they have got enough backup in time before they die, or they can have that escape mechanism, like for example an Infest or something along the lines, or gonna be just too tanky to gank to begin with. Gonna be a Roshan that's gonna be attempted here, as Spirit's coming in though. No Tail's gonna be finding out that this is happening. Illuminate coming in as well, and it's no Tide Hunter that have to back off here. Cannot go for this anymore. Of course, the ward scouting out that this is happening. They might try to go for no Tail though. 1 entangle is all it takes, and Era is not close enough. There he goes. That are helping out. And that's gonna be him being left alive. And double damage up on Loda, making sure that nobody dares coming close, or do they? They might lose a tier 2 tower though. It's gonna be the second one to go down on the map. Gonna be the first one to go down in no time if they indeed get it. Gonna make the towers even if they indeed get that. Oh, rage. Oh no, just rage. And that's gonna be Roshan going down. Age is picked up by Loda, as we do have the tower going down. So that's a trade that Fnatic made willingly. I mean, they've got a picking off lineup for now. I mean, yeah, they got a ganking lineup, that's nice and everything, but that's not all they have. I mean, I'm emphasizing that right now because that is what they would like to do right now, but I don't think they're too sad about going late game either. I mean, they have Phantom Lancer, and we know what Phantom Lancers can do. Unfortunately, we do, because it sometimes makes for a bit of stale games. Axis will scout out Trixie, but Trixie's already out, and the Shrek-Sun is not going to do anything anymore, as the real Phantom Lancer is long gone as well, and will be safe. And no Tidehunter again, still making sure that they're not going to be by themselves, making sure that Wisp, no tail, is just gonna... The only thing that he has got right now is an escape, or, you know, just helping Era farm or something like that. It's the only thing they can really count on. In the meantime, no Tidehunter is not going to be giving Fnatic any peace of mind. They're going to continue pushing this time on the top lane. They have still got a tier 1 tower standing there, and they of course want to get rid of that one. And they can take fights right now, and they want to also. I mean, they are ahead and they realize that they are, so they want to just make sure that they are going to be the ones to force out a team fight, and perhaps yeah, if they don't, then at least take down all the towers, all the outer towers from Fnatic, getting that gold advantage up on your team. That's also very important to have, especially if it goes late game, because when it goes late game, the supports wait a second, fly over wounds. I don't think he's gonna be able to escape this though. The TP actually gets cancelled. They're gonna sacrifice their teammate. Admiral Bulldog killing spree for him right now. 3 for 0 for 0. 4 for 4 on the line, on the boards for these two teams so far.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there's gonna be Lone Druid picking up a tower. In the meantime though, I mean, this is just, they're just playing mirror Dota. There's Fnatic doing the same thing on the bottom lane as No Time is doing on the top lane. It's tower for tower, blow for blow, kill for kill. And Fnatic just making sure that at least they're not gonna get behind. I mean, they know that they can't fight No Tidehunter right now, so they're just, you know, pushing themselves. And I don't blame them. There's gonna be defense though. No Tidehunter is a team that does want to fight, and there they go. And it's gonna be a 4-second setup on S4 who can't do anything. It already goes down, up wounds, up on Wisp, but he's gonna teleport himself out of that place. You're gonna take Era with him. You're gonna leave Trixie by himself. Is there gonna be an entangle? He's gonna try to TP out. Edict helping out, but the TP's already gone. No lucky entangle apart from on the creep. And that's gonna be it. The only one that went down. Oh, Wisp comes back. Forgot about that for a second. That's gonna be Wisp going down. Era gonna try to do what he can as Hani comes in as well. It is gonna be a Lone Druid picking up 1 kill, and now open wounds up on Era, who uses Phantasm. They do know who's the right one, but the slow is not there anymore. They need to have that entangle. There at least goes the Aegis, and no entangle going through the bear, not getting lucky enough. Maybe they can still get him though. Maybe they can still get him. He has to be careful. Admiral Bulldog himself, he can't get stunned. 3 seconds. Axis will fly. He might be able to get lucky. 1 bear, and the entangle hits. Not even needed. Trixie's ultimate flying through, but that's not going to be meaning anything anymore, as there's Tranquil Boots up on Admiral Bulldog, and he will be able to stay alive. And all of a sudden, well, it's back to 6-6. The tower is no longer even though. I mean, no Tidehunter. They were able to defend the tower, even if just barely, so they can actually deny it if they really wanted to. But they do get the fight in the end. It felt a bit sloppy, or at least S4 coming in there didn't even get to use his roar and already going down. He did tank up the stun, of course, for Era, and that is something that you can be happy about. At the same time, Phantom Lancer didn't die. He is not going to be too sad about that one. He's going to get dusted up though. Aki wants to go for them. Sprout trying to help out. Aki though still able to make it through. Is there going to be a homing missile? There's going to be actually support coming in for Fnatic. So this time it's Aki backing up with TP coming in as well. Rocket Barrage already going off, but Aki, he is not going to be able to be saved by his team anymore, as his team coming in too late. 7 seconds before Wisp would TP out, but he's already dead. Can they go for more? 2 seconds stun upon Loda. Roar going up on Era though, and he is gonna drop so fast. Entangle hits, no real grip for you. Unstoppable Admiral Bulldog right now as they're chasing down on Fly. In the meantime, it's gonna be Hani trying to force them back by pushing on the top lane. Is there gonna be an entangle? That's the question. Bear can't attack for now. Blinding Light helping out. He's gonna TP out. Needs entangle, needs entangle, needs entangle. No entangle. That's not gonna be a kill. 7 for 8. So no Tidehunter 1 up. Gonna have the gold graph. I mean, it's going back and forth. This tower, 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 kill, kill, tower, tower, something like that. We have got the experience graph there for also being insane. I mean, really, even game. That's where we're at right now, and it feels even as well. It's a Phantom Lancer up against a Lifestealer and a Lone Druid. I mean, okay, there's a Chaos Knight as well, but I'm mostly counting on that Phantom Lancer because the Phantom Lancer is just, I mean, he's just Phantom Lancer. He's got himself a Yasha, so at least he's getting some sort of farm there. I mean, net worth-wise, he is not doing too bad. He started out being, of course, very far behind, but he's been able to pick up, also, of course, because of that tower money, but it is still Admiral Bulldog that is highest up on there, and he is actually 6 for 0 for 0. That means all the kills that he was in, he actually got. He's kill stealer #1. As a carry, though, he's allowed to, but he doesn't have any assists. So, all the kills go to Admiral Bulldog. He's been in 6 out of the 8 kills, also doing a pretty nice job for himself in that regard, as he's been actually in most kills. I could say the same thing about Chaos Knight. Oh, actually, in theory, Chaos Knight has been in more because he's been in 3 kills of himself. So he's been in 9 kills in total, but he's only been in 6 kills for his own team, which is actually 6 kills out of 7. Also a very good score for him. In the meantime, though, we do have not died Phantom Lancer yet, not died Lifestealer yet, so it is still gonna be carries who's gonna be ruling the show the later this game goes, as the tower gets denied by no Tide Hunter. So that's actually putting the tower slightly in favor of no Tide Hunter, even though they still have got 1 tower left to take down. But that deny. Oh, wait a second. Bulldog Trouble is going to be summoning his bear towards him. Let's see if he can stay alive. I don't think so. 2 seconds stun. Spirit's hitting. And that's going to be him. Oh, he tries to run away. He's got 65 HP. Won't be able to do it, though. It is Keeper of Light that gets the last hit. And that's the first time that Admiral Bulldog goes down of this game. We have Mechanism now picked up by Fly with that kill. We have Trixie going for a bit of a carry build. He knows that if it's going to get late game, he needs to be that semi-carrier that his team wants to have. And he is going to go for a Shadow Blade by the looks of it. We'll be having that fairly soon, I would think. We have got S4 trying to catch up. Of course, he's had a tough time on that middle lane, but he is still going to be trying to get the best of it. He died 4 times. That is half of the kills that Fnatic has. That's quite insane. Smoke up now for them, and they're going to see if they can get a roar up on no-tail or something like that. There's a ward being placed. The tether would be there though, and the roar actually goes off up on Fly. A bit of, into support. He will go down, or will he? Yeah, he will. There he will. Aaron just standing. He's standing around the side, waiting for that whiz. There is a 4-second stun up on Aki. He will drop, but at least the splitter still hits up on Aaron. Nice Sprout hits up on 2. Here comes Handy, lands hits, and that is gonna be Envy going down. S4 gonna be next, and it is an Admiral Bulldog that says, you know what? Come back to me, my bear is not worth dying for. There's gonna be 2 kills going the way of no Tide Hunter. 3 kills actually, I should say. Only 4 kill on the Keeper of the Light, which is definitely not worth it on the side of no Tide Hunter. And they're now going to get pressured by a Phantom Lancer and a Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight, who's almost got his BKB completed, so we'll be going for that item shortly. And there's indeed the Shadow Blade up on Trixie's Nature's Prophet. Let's see if we can find some new items. I'm looking for the bear. Where is the bear? Bear is there. There we go. Maelstrom up on Admiral Bulldog. No real surprises. I mean, he's being forced into fight. He's been he can't really fight farm for himself because he's getting ganked. We've seen that. So he is gonna be with people. So that means he's gonna be in fights. So that means that he needs to have an item that can put him in fights already, and that's the Maelstrom. If Lone Druids go for Maelstrom, you know that they're not gonna play the passive Lone Druids that they normally do, and Lifestealer, the same thing goes for him as it goes for Lone Druid. I mean, they can farm by themselves, and that's just proof of that. And that was Lowdown, forgetting that maybe for a second and thinking his infest could keep him safe. No stock. No stack. I'm not sure. Somehow, no tail wrote no stack. There, maybe it was a misclick or something. Would actually be decent though, not to stack there. As we do know that no Tide Hunter is one of those teams that is trying to get everything out of the farm, out of the jungle that they can. Take all the farm. Take all the creeps. Let's see if we can find some new items, because that's what I was doing. Wow, boosted travel picked up by Handy, so split push is the name of the game for him. And he is a hero that, I mean, I've said as a lot of the times when he was actually having a decent start, he's a bit of a brood mother like hero. Like, if you leave him alone, your towers will get pushed. Oh dear, Era, trouble. Here comes Loda, raging up. Roar going off on Era, but he can't take him out. No, it is Whisper that goes down first. Cooldown coming down as well. At least he's able to take up. Oh god. They just went in 4-on-2. Am I saying that correctly? Or 5-on-2? No, it was 5-on-2. And they traded 2. God, that Era. That was a bit insane. BKB being used for that, of course, but you know, it was just quite insane.
Dire's top tower is under
3,500 gold up on Loda. Curious to see what he's gonna buy next. I would expect a diffusal. Desolator. Also starts with a D. Diffusal blade, Desolator. But we'll see if that's actually what he wants. Maybe he also wants to go for Maelstrom, perhaps. Could be the case. Oh yeah, I was checking items and then I saw the boosted travel. We already saw the BKB up on the Chaos Knight. Other than that, there's not really that much new items, so I'm just gonna click that away. Make sure that we see the entire map again. Gold graph in the meantime is in favor of Fnatic. No surprise, because that last team fight definitely went in their favor. But have no fear. A one team fight and it can all get turned around again. We have this experience graph saying the same story, of course. And it's also because no Tidehunter, they have to stick together, so they can't find as much farm as Fnatic is. And the moment they try to farm by themselves, we saw that with Loda, they get punished for it. So it is Fnatic that has the most control over the game right now. Can farm most. Can gank most. Unless there will be a smoke or something like that. MKB being built up, or Basher being built up by Lone Druid. Probably Basher. And let's see what they can do here. I mean, Roshan is back up again, and both teams will know that. Look at the sentry wards that are already there for Fnatic. No escaping that. In the meantime, that's gonna get more pushing power. I mean, you have and a teleporting Nature's Prophet and a teleporting Phantom Lancer. I mean, you're gonna get split pushed to death. Still with Loda picking up the Aegis. But the thing about split pushing is that you want to defend that, and you don't want to defend that with 5 people, because, you know, split push is you are forced to be splitting up, and that's actually something that Fnatic is going to encourage, because when you split up, there's going to be a more vulnerable situation for this Wisp Era combination to go off up on. Unless of course you do that in your base, which makes you a bit more safe. But then again, you have to be careful. In the meantime, Era is just gonna be farming together with No-Tail. I mean, the moment that they see an opportunity, they're gonna go in on that. Maybe they're gonna try to go on bottom, perhaps. But there's gonna be a Roar, and the Nymfest might not be the safest one to go on. But Hani would be there to help out. His Mantis Cell being complete. Nature's Prophet actually TPing in there. I mean, you don't only have a Wisp TPing it. I mean, all of a sudden there could be 4 heroes there. Trixie could TP in. If there's a creep on your side, there's gonna be Hani being able to TP in, and the only one that you would miss is the Keeper of the Light. And I mean, he's busy pushing other lanes. Good luck pushing into that one for no Tidehunter. Then again, they are just counting on having enough farm and then cleaning house and then pushing after everybody is dead. Or before everybody's dead, because everybody's already going towards the mid lane. Let's see how far they can get before they are forced back. We do have someone getting recalled here by the looks of it. Oh no, or possible recalled. But who's gonna be forced back first? I think it's gonna be no Tidehunter.
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean, 2 lanes pushing in for them, on the bottom and top. And they're pushing in middle. Yeah, they can't take down the tower, but now they have to TP. Fortification goes up. There's gonna be TP number 1. Cooldown coming down as well. Aki already there. But tower still dead. Still dead. Era picking up the gold like it's nothing. In the meantime also, I mean, Phantom Lancer got some pushing on the bottom lane. I mean, he didn't get a tower, but maybe next time he gets lucky enough to do that. And he's just having a fun time. He's really not been in that many fights. He's been in 5 out of the 14. He's not died yet. He's the only one together with Trixie that hasn't died yet in the entire game. And that's because they're just not into fights. They're just farming and pushing and farming and pushing and farming and pushing and farming and pushing. That's it. Goldgraph, Goldgraph still continuing to go up. Wow, there's a weird stutter in there. Hyperstone up by Era. We could see a assault cuirass coming out of that one. As the push comes in on the bottom lane, we do have all 5 mid for no Tidehunter. But I hope they have their TPs ready, because they're gonna be needed soon. Let's see if it's worth it. If we can get a tower, then that's worth it. Their own tower is gonna get a rest too though. And the TP's coming from the Nature's Prophet first. Blinding Light helping them miss a bit, but the bear is still trying to attack. There is a resummon on the bear. Actually no, there's not. This is just a resummon bear. There is a tower going down though. They will get the tower. They get the tower and now they back off, or do they yet? They should! They should! Or not. Loda getting stuck up on. They want to go for it though. Cooldown gonna hit on 4. Wisp gonna be right back. Only 4 short while though, at least they're not gonna go that far. It's gonna be S4 having to run away already. Already used his roars, already did his job, as we have got Era just bashing the head of the lone druid. Buyback coming up from Trixie, so he'll be here shortly again. Loda getting stunned up by the Feather and is gonna get stunned up soon again. But not before Era gets stunned up by the Split Earth, and he's actually the one to go down together with Leshrac. Now Trixie gonna try to do what he can to take down Aki. Gonna get chased down with the Tether there, and that should be, yeah, Nature's Prophet Ultimate bouncing through and getting him killed off as well. There's no Tidehunter, losing their entire lineup for tier 3 tower, and they could have backed off afterwards. I think they just went in after. They could have let Loda die, I think, with just having him die after he popped his Aegis and then just running. But they chose to run in, and yeah, they did force out a couple of buybacks. So it was actually just one. It was only Trixie that bought back, and they did get a kill up on Era, which is nice. But it is I'm not sure if that's actually worth it. Wow, one goes and the other comes back. Hani just taking over the role of pushing there, and then Aki is already so low alive to begin with. Envy and S4 are gonna be helping out though. They are back to health as well. I mean, they did also use some buybacks. It was Aki that actually bought back to be there to begin with, to stop the pushing from happening from Nature's Prophet. He's actually got himself an Orchid, so can fight one-on-one really securely right now. S4 farming in the jungle has got himself the mechanism. Definitely needed in those kind of fights that they just had. They have the Basher up on lifesteal. I mean, I think like if they can do the same thing again, and then get barracks, and then again not let their opponents get Rex or something like that, they might be able to take this game. But I would put still Fnatic in favor of this, even with their one tower down. But their farm is still going up. Experience graph shows it a bit more clear how I feel it. The gold right away, 5k, 6k is really not that much for 28 minutes into the game, and as we see on the net worth, most of the difference in that is going to be in the supports, as Beastmaster finds himself a Wisp. Now what was he doing there? He's surfing arrows like, wow Loda, you're dead. That's so convincing dead. And that's overextension. I mean, you shouldn't be there by yourself if you know that there's a lineup that can do this. Even with the Wisp being down, there are still 2 people that can TP on top of your head in the time that Era lands a stun. Axis gonna be flying through, trying to push the lane back, but the tower will be going down. There we go. And he picking up the gold. And then without Loda, how much can they fight? How much does Fnatic want to fight without their full lineup, I guess? They don't, they just want to make it even. There's now 2 towers down, 2 tier 3 towers down for them. And only 1 tier 3 tower down on the side of Fnatic in that middle lane. Where Fnatic has got, where Era, sorry, no Tidehunter got their foot in the door. Fusel Blade up on the Phantom Lancer. I mean, he's getting all the items. I feel like he's getting them in a different order than I'm normally used to, but it's still Phantom Lancer items. He's actually gonna get called to his team, to the bottom lane, and it's only gonna be Trixie that's not here, but then again, Trixie can be here in a moment because he can just TP himself. He's not showed himself yet, I believe. It is daytime though, the creeps might have seen him. Now they definitely see him. In the meantime, his illusions were still pushing top, so forcing no Tidehunter to be split out a bit. 4 minutes until the Roshan is back. 3 minutes, I mean. 3 minutes about-ish. Gonna have Shadowblade indeed. Yeah, he's got nothing still, or since the last time we checked. He's got 3k gold though. I mean, buyback is gonna be very important right now as well, so you want to have that gold before you buy something spectacular new that will allow you to not die or something like that. But look at this, I mean, no Tidehunter. Where can they farm? Nowhere. Well, apart from in their base, I guess. But they can't really go out. They're afraid to go out, and rightfully so, because we've just seen 2 people picked off already. Well, 1 at least, Loda, being picked off very fast. He's got himself a gem now though, so at least they'll have that. But it's gonna be risky still to go out of your base against the lineup that Fnatic has. In the meantime, they're gonna have to deal with the split pushing. So it's really like trying to find a fight and then win the fight, which is not that easily said and done. Like normally, when you would have a lineup that you know thrives on split pushing, etc., you would at least have the opportunity to, if you are gonna go for team fight, then you would be ahead because you have maybe a bit more of a team fight lineup. But that's not the case for no Tidehunter. So even if they get a 5-on-5 fight, it's not gonna be a walk in the park in any stretch. Not at all. It's gonna be actually very hard to deal with this Phantom Lancer who's got a Manta Style and who's not died yet and who's been in 11 kills out of the 20. These illusions are just chipping off the melee racks. So sorry, no Tidehunter. They really need to see what they can do here, and of course catching Fnatic out in a mistake is basically their only hope. More illusions coming in. As we have 1800 gold up on the lone druid who got the Gem of True Sight from Loda, I would imagine. Yeah. And that Basher is going to be built into a Abyssal Blade to try and shut down Era. And of course, right now it's also for the teams. It's a choice. Are you going for aggressive items or are you going to go for defensive items? Because of course, I mean, at some point, no Tidehunter, if they have that team fight that they wanted, they want to stay alive long enough to kill everybody, but they still want to have enough damage to actually be able to kill everybody. So that's going to be for Loda, for example. It's going to be, like the chat already said, the difference between a Heart or an Abyssal at some point. Which one will it be? For him now, it's already the Basher, so maybe already the Abyssal. But a Heart would definitely not be bad as well, because if you're gonna be having... Oh, wait a second. Taking that Roshan is gonna be costing maybe even melee racks. Can they take them down instead? They have not gotten an infest. The barracks go down. That is the cost of a Roshan kill, and I don't think that's worth it. Trixie coming in, but he is... oh, Orchid up on Aki. I was gonna say he's visible, but there's nobody helping out. In the meantime, though, bottom lane is gonna get harassed, because that is split push power from Fnatic. They're getting chased away, though. Wisp already going back towards the top lane to try and help out his teammate there, as there's no entangle for the bear this time. Still a bash, though. That's at least something. There's an entangle. Era going down. A bit of a waste of Roar on S4 right there, as Eternal Envy also goes down. Blinding Light trying to help out so that Fly doesn't get chased. 1-for-1 for now, as Fly is gonna go down as well, an entangle, and gets just a kill right there. Hani coming in, though. Coming in to see what he can do. I mean, that's 2 melee racks going down. That's 1 Roshan. And the ranged racks, because that's what creeps do. That's 1 Roshan. And 2 racks dead. That was not a choice that they should have made. But you know, it's always easy to talk afterwards. With the split lineup, the split push lineup that they are up against, they might have expected something like that. But then again, I mean, I just said, like, no Tidehunter's banking on that specific fight, you know, that they want to have. And if you're then going to have a fight where you could have had an Aegis but don't, that's going to be hurting you. And you kind of want to have that Aegis, and you don't want to let your opponent take it, because then you don't have a chance anymore, because that's not going to be an even fight anymore. So they needed that Aegis. That is guaranteed. But did they need it in this way? I'm not sure. They're going to go all 5 all mid. Well, in the meantime, Trixie as well as Hani going to go towards the top lane. Hani already pushing or teleporting back. Boosted Travel also up on S4, by the way. It's gonna be the barracks. Blind and Light helping out. Let's see what they can do. Let's see where they're gonna go. They're gonna go for illusions and for the tier 4s. They don't care about barracks, they care about tier 4s. Fortification goes off, so now's the time to go in Hero's Era. They're gonna be taking a dive here for sure. Buyback though from him. And his Nature's Prophet in the meantime that was pushing top, got himself another tower in the mid lane, and now it's gonna be back here. It's gonna be killed off as well as now more buybacks coming in. Aegis gets taken down. 4 seconds out upon Bulldog, who does go down. Loda, what can he do? Getting a reality rift in, already going down by the Phantasm from Era. Buyback upon buyback upon buyback. Triple kill going the way of Era, and the thing that they wanted to do did not really succeed. They don't get the barracks. They don't get the tier 4s. They don't get anything apart from the privilege to defend their own base from the pressure that comes in from the opposing team and was able to TP into their base. They didn't get anything extra though apart from this tier 3. They didn't get tier 4s. And they didn't get mega creep, so that's something that they can be lucky for. But that is just something that could turn this whole game around. I mean, we know they have a lot of pushing power with that edict, with that bear also there. They could have done it. They might still try to do it again, knowing that Era is dead for the second time and he doesn't have buyback because he just used it. Open wounds up on fly, pops a ghost scepter. I don't think they really care all that much. There's a roar. They still want to go for fly. The illuminate is going to be not there anymore. He buys back though. We'll be there again shortly. But it's going to be the tower that they want. Last 2 hits. But Loda doesn't care. He goes for the tier 4. He can get it down. Now he turns around. It's going to be S4 that still goes down to Hani, who now pounds up on Bulldog, who cannot buy back again. He is going to be locked in and dies. Double kill goes the way of Hani, as now it's Loda, the last one out. He got a tier 4. Is that worth it? Trixie is going to be able to help kill him off. There we go. Actually gets the last hit for that as well. In the meantime, the rest of No Tidehunter defending their bases is gonna be enough against the power and the might that comes from Fnatic in a moment, because they do have the boots of travel off cooldown. They do have Trixie that can just TP in there when he gets his full health, and Wisp, of course, relocating in, and there he goes. Gonna go for Aki. Aki is gonna drop with the 4-second stun, and also heading TPing in. It's gonna be Internal Envy that gonna have to call the GG together with his team. They can't do anything anymore. The last hope was there, but it's Fnatic that still manages to end the deal, and close the deal I should say, and gonna be taking the GG here from the first match of No Tidehunter in a StarLadder Star Series Season 5, day number 6. And we're gonna have another game coming up for this day. StarLadder day is not over just yet. We're gonna have 3D Max taking on Empire for StarLadder, as I already said. Nice attempt, I have to say. It would have been amazing if it actually worked, but No Tidehunter can't get it done. Can't outpush the pushing lineup from Fnatic. Anyways, my name is Sheever. If you want to support me, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my Twitch, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and you can all do that under the same name of SheeverGaming. So every link that I just mentioned, or every website that I just mentioned, just type /SheeverGaming after this, and bam, you're done. Oh yeah, and you're only done after you click all the buttons that I said. Boom, good. Okay, so we're gonna have another game, 3D Max taking on Empire, coming up right next. Don't go anywhere, we'll have another game of Dota coming your way in just a second.